Hey guys, welcome to Offers That Sell Workshop. If you can see me and hear me properly, just type in here in the chat box so that I know you can hear me. Can you guys? I'm so excited, first of all, to host all of you guys here. So, yeah, Padmala can hear me. Thank you so much. Guys, if you could open up your cameras, it'll be fun to talk to you guys. It's going to be, I'm going to make this a life transforming experience for you. When I learned this, my business totally changed, and my whole intention to here is not to give you a 90 minutes just masterclass that you hear anywhere. It's actually to give you value. No matter how many people are going to be there, it's not going to be the issue. I'm going to deliver the most premium content that you're ever going to hear. So I just want to hear, have your cameras on. If you guys can have your cameras on, would love to see you guys because मुझे ना मजा आता है, because these are the conversation I feel like, one-to-one conversation. So please guys open up your cameras and yeah, thank you, Padmana, thank you, Gayatri. I'm so excited. I really assure you, it's going to be one workshop that you're going to remember for the rest of your life because this is going to be something which I am sure because as I told you, when I heard this first time, a lot of things changed for me. So I'm so excited that a lot of things are going to be changing for you. So as some people are joining in, first tell me guys where you joining in from. Like which city are you guys from? I'd love to hear where you are from. Oh, Padmala is from Gurgaon. I'm also from Delhi. Okay, Gayatri is from Bangalore. Vineet is from Delhi. Hi, bro. Gayatri is from Bangalore. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, guys. Type in where you from. We have 9 people. First of all, guys, open up the cameras. I'd love to see you guys. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun workshop. I can assure you this. Yogesh is from Jaipur. Nice, nice to hear. Nice, guys. Nice, nice, nice. So this is gonna be a fun workshop. So let me, just give you a bit of context of what's gonna happen today. Wait, just let me check if we are recording the session first. So yeah, cool. Everything's happening. Yeah, so this challenge is going to be about how do you craft your offers. First of all, when you're crafting your offer, you have to understand why offers are very important, right? So I'm going to be giving you why should you be attending this workshop, and if any of these qualities are you, then wait. Why you should this is a workshop for you if you are a coach who is, who's trying to sell courses. You might be selling a 5,000 rupees course. You might be trying to sell something like, a low ticket courses. You might have tried a lot of things. You might have tried to solve a lot of issues. You might have also created a course in the past for yourself, to sell, but might be struggling to actually get it going, to actually get some people and to do and start the coaching that, you've been wanting. Oh, thank you, Vinny. Thank you for saying that. So basically, you might have tried a lot of times to start your coaching business, but you might not be able to get a lot of people first of all, or even if you're getting a lot of people, you might not be able to deliver at the maximum. So this challenge is going to help you craft an offer that's going to get you a lot of people first of all, because offer builds the foundation. See, offer is the first thing that people see even before they buy the, even if they come into coaching to you, they're going to see what you're offering, right? So that's what it's going to be about, and I'm going to give you all those things. No matter what niche you are in, how do you convert even if you're in an intangible niche to something tangible, to something which gets people the results? So I know this is going to be, a live transforming session for you. So guys, please first of all open your cameras, guys. I would love to see your faces. We have 10 people in the workshop. So yeah, please guys open up your cameras because it's going to be a fun. I know a lot of people will join a bit later, so it's not an issue. Okay, that is why I'm so curious. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun session. Um, you might be giving a lot of free strategy calls. You might be going on and connecting with a lot of people. Last about 2 3 weeks back, I did a workshop on lead generation. So if you guys might have attended that, you might have known how does lead generation work. How do you exactly find the right people? And now I'm going to be telling you about what is the exact offer that you should give to people. That's so that people understand. Okay, what is it that you exactly do? if you're thinking you're charging way too less, you might be selling a 5,000 rupees course right now, or you might be trying to sell things which people are not very openly and willing to buy. So this is going to be okay. Minus non-tangible, yeah, non-tangible, yeah. This is going to help you in that. Wait, I'll just put this chat workshop here. Okay, okay, and if you are actually not charging the amount that you want to charge, I'm gonna let you know a formula which will which will make you understand why people actually pay a high ticket or why people actually pay premium. Because see, there's a market for everything, right? हमारे यहाँ पे मारुति 800 भी बिकती है और Mercedes भी बिकती है. There's people of every kind who want to buy each thing. It's about who is the target market that you are actually targeting, and how you're actually presenting your offer. So I'm going to be telling you all of these things about 6-step framework banaya hai maine, and that will help you. I'll keep this mostly in English because we have some people, international people also. So I'll try to keep this majorly in English. So this is a workshop. If you're trying to even get on the calls, but you don't have a proper system, proper framework that your clients can be okay. This is the thing that I'm going to go through. So they are not very clear. First of all, what you offer to, what you offer. What is the step-by-step framework that you're going to give them, and that's why most people end up saying no to you, or they say, okay, give me some time, I'll think about it, and then it takes a lot of time. The sales cycle goes long. So I'm going to give you all the solutions for it, because this is the exact problems which even I have seen happen in my business. I was also into low ticket for a very long time, and mine was also a non-tangible offer. So I'm going to tell you how, even if you're doing life coaching, how do you make it tangible? Even if you're doing confidence coaching, even if you're doing health coaching, how do you make it a bit tangible for a person who's actually listening to you, and how do you actually deliver to them on the maximum level? So okay, before we move on, we have 12 people. Guys, please open up your cameras. Would love to see your lovely faces. Devika has opened up a camera. Padmalya has opened her camera, and Gayatri has opened up a camera. So I would love to see more of your faces. So if it's possible, please. Vineet has opened his camera. Love to see your faces, and because that gives you a lot of energy. And so today we're going to be discussing the 3 secrets which are absolutely going to transform your business from the core. Because your business main foundation is your offer. How do you present it to people, right? So this is what we're going to be talking a lot about, and I know this is going to change a lot of things in your business. So the first secret is going to be about foundations of creating high ticket offers. How do you actually create an offer which people, like as I told you, they need a framework so that they can see, okay, this is the thing that I'm going to get if I'm going to work with, this person. This is the first step. This is the second step. This is the third step. So I'm going to give you a whole framework on how do you exactly do that. Secret number 2 is going to be, my 6-step proven framework on how do you create irresistible high ticket offers. Like many of you said, you have intangible offers, non-tangible, like non-ROI offers, right? So how do you convert that into a tangible offer? So now I can see a lot of cameras. Namita's camera is on. Charlotte camera is on. Nice, so nice to see you. Suchresh cameras is on. So nice to see you. So nice to see you guys. And the secret number 3 is going to be a proven step-by-step framework to hit your first $5,000 per month in the next 90 days. Because I know I have been in this business for long enough to understand why, like I was struggling. I was also doing a 5,000 rupees course. I know what are the bottlenecks that we face. So I'm going to try, and, this is like the most premium content, and I'm going to make sure that you guys enjoy it to the most. So how can you just get the best? I'll not give a lot of time to this because I have a lot of content to cover today, and I don't know how I'm going to cover it in 3 hours. But still, to give you the bit of context on how you can get the best out of this session, I'll just set up some house rules. First of all, if you can, remove all the distractions right now. Mute your phone, close all the tabs in, because you know a lot of us do a lot of courses, do a lot of trainings, but very few people get the results that they've been wanting to. It's because they're not committed to the things that you're going to be getting. And I'm telling you, this is something today, what I'm going to be telling you, this is going to transform, because this has transformed my business. It is going to transform your business. Trust me on this. I'm not kidding on this. Okay. So be active in the chat box. Just give this 3 hours to it. and you will see a lot of things change in your business. Uh, in just 2 3 hours. Make notes, because if you won't make notes, a lot of things will, you might enjoy it, you might learn a lot of things, but a lot of things will just go over your head and you might not remember it. So make notes as much as possible, and hold your questions till the end. I'm going to give you a lot of time to answer your questions, and if you have any questions, because there might be some questions, so don't ask in between. I'll give you enough time so that you can ask your questions. And the last point, watch till the end, because I have something, a surprise for you at the end that I've shared for you. So without moving on and without wasting any time, let me just actually start off the training so that you get the maximum value out of it. And I'm not going to delve a lot into my story because I know a lot of you guys know my story. So let's just start with it so that I'm able to deliver you to the maximum. So even before I tell you about what an offer is, uh, let me actually tell you why you need to charge a bit higher ticket, and why, if you're keeping charging on the lower ticket, why it's going to harm your business on a level, because you won't be able to serve the people at the rightest most level. So first of all, high ticket is all about bringing a deeper transformation in someone, not just surface level. See, when you're charging a low ticket, you can actually just bring you're just solving one problem. That's majorly, pain oriented problem. But if you're charging a high ticket, if you're charging high ticket, you're solving a deep level problem, which actually gives them the results, right? So it's all about, like low ticket offers are all about pain oriented. Okay, I'll solve your pain. This pain you're facing, I'll solve this pain for you. High ticket is about a pleasurable thing. Like, okay, you want to achieve something that you've been wanting to. So see, high ticket is not a game from making losers into winners. It's a game of making winners win more. And that's why you should be into high ticket. See, if you're going to be working with people who you truly want to associate with for long term, you're going to have you should work with a good quality people. I'm not going to spend, because you already have a lot of context on it, but I want to set bit of context before we go into the step-by-step framework into it. So, how do you create your offers in a way that impacts their overall life and not just one aspect? So that's what high ticket is all about. You're not just doing a surface level thing, but you're impacting their holistic life. How do they think about themselves and all those things? First thing is that. Second thing, high ticket is not only about what you sell, it's about who you sell it to and how you sell it. It's working on all the three aspects. First is IQ, that is, your skills, your knowledge, the things that, small things. Okay, how do you increase your conversion rates? How do you talk on a sales call? It's not just that. When you do coaching, when you actually coach someone, I know some of you might have coached someone, because, when you actually coach someone, it takes a lot of effort from your side to teach them. And it's not just about the skills or the strategies. I know many of you have coached people, so you know that, and it takes a lot of effort to even coach one person to tell them, okay, this is the thing that they need to do. I know many of you might have struggled with a niche also for so long, because it takes time. That's how people are wired. So if you just work on their IQ, that okay, give them the knowledge or the skill, it's going to be one level of transformation. So you got to also work on their EQ. You have to know what kind of a person they are, right? And that is what high ticket lets you do. It makes you understand what kind of the person that you're talking to, and understand that person, help that person in a deeper way, not just in one aspect of his life, but other aspects of also life. Like, how do you change the limiting beliefs? And this is all a part of coaching. How do you change their will to do things? How do you remove their fear? How do you change their identity? And the last thing that you work upon is their caliber, or this SQ, that is called the spiritual quotient. This is one thing that people, there is no substitute for experience in this world, but it's not about the number of years, but about the relevancy of the experience. So that's what coaching is all about. That's how you basically, help people on a deeper level. And that's why I'm telling you why should be, working on people on a high ticket model. Number three, people don't buy products, they buy you, your story, and your experience. If someone is good at something, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a good coach. Let's say this someone who is very fit person, but it doesn't necessarily mean he can also teach you how did he got fit. Right? Coaching is a very different skill altogether. So you got to understand, because after a certain time, you have to understand it's people are not when you're charging high ticket, when you're actually helping the person on a deeper level, they are buying your experience, they're buying your skills. They want to actually associate with you because you have done it in the past. Like let's say you're helping someone, let's say you're helping working women's reduce weight. Why would they want to associate with you? Because they're buying your story. They might find a better person who might help them, but they want to associate with people like you. It's not about all about motivation. It's a skill to skill. See, even if you want to become like Usain Bolt, right? Why am I telling you this is because uh, a lot of people have a lot of limiting beliefs that they cannot charge high for their services because people are charging low. So I'm going to set the mindset a bit strong here first, and then I'm going to give you the step-by-step framework on how do you actually create this offer for yourself. See, any product I have told you this has four different markets. There are people who work in low ticket as well, like middle ticket, high ticket, and even platinum ticket. People don't pay for feature, but for comfort and experience. Why do you think people buy a Mercedes? The person who's buying a Mercedes is not buying, a Merc for, just showing off to people. It's it's his comfort, it's his level of comfort. He's not just buying to show off to people because that's his level of comfort. That's his comfort of luxury. That's the experience that he wants to have in life. We all pay for the experience in life, right? We travel. Why do we travel? Because we want to experience things in life. And people in coaching think that, okay, if I just provide this course, if I'm just going to help them with IQ, I'm not going to help that with EQ, SQ, and all those parts. He's first of all, he's not going to get the transformation because you're just giving him the knowledge, not the actual transformation that he came to you for. And second of all, you're not giving them an experience that they were actually looking for. Okay, this is the thing that they got for. So that's very important to understand that there's going to be a market for everything. There's going to be a market for low ticket as well, medium ticket. हम room में भी जाते हैं, like even in hotels. Uh, okay, yeah, my work is always is on EQ. Yeah, EQ, IQ, and SQ. All the three things has to be worked upon. People don't pay, just for knowledge. Why should anyone pay for knowledge? Knowledge is freely available. Your people who are creating 5,000 rupees courses, majorly what I've seen is they're focusing more on, okay, I'll give this things. I'll give a lot of content. But where does the transformation come? From your story, from your experience, from the things that you teach them, from the IQ that you tell, from the EQ that you teach them. Okay, this is how you need to view things. This is how you actually build a temperament. This is the attitude that you need to have towards that particular thing. This is the mindset that you need. And that is what people actually are looking for in coaching. Fourth thing, high ticket is not about the high price. But see, now these are the reasons I told you why you should be selling for the customers. Now you got to understand even for yourself. As a business, you're running a business, right? You're not, even coaching business. I believe coaches should be one of the highest paid professions in this world. While I see most of the coaches actually struggle for even, earning their basic survival needs. Because you have put a lot, as coaches, we have put a lot of effort into ourselves. We deserve to be paid, in good terms. But majority of the people struggle to even earn the basic survival. Now, because they don't understand the basics of business. It's not about the number game, but it's about the percentage of profit. Right? Why Let me tell you why do you deserve to charge a bit higher. First of all, you should know your numbers. What are the numbers that you are having in your business? And most of the problem that I've seen why people are failing to charge high ticket is because they feel, okay, 95% of the people can't pay the high prices, but you don't have to target those 95% of the people. You just have to target those 5% of the people who are your ideal market. There is no generic meaning of, quantity. So basically, if you're not placing your product, if you're not positioning yourself in the right way, it's going to be, anyways, you're going to be playing just on the price game. See, either you play on a super low ticket level, like, a 99 rupees workshop or something like that, or you play on a super high ticket. Don't play in the value for money, because that's the area where people actually, uh, don't get the maximum value out of you. And you have to remember, a lot of people say, okay, in the initial days, I'll start by charging low, and then eventually when I get experience, I'll charge higher. But you got to understand, 80% of the brands that ultimately become a high ticket brand are from starting a high ticket brand. Take example of Apple, Louis Vuitton, Versace, any of these brands. They didn't start low ticket and then they increased their high ticket, because they knew who their target market was. They knew they were not targeting everybody. But most people do what? Okay, I have to charge low. Then, once I do a lot of things, then I start charging higher. I'm trying to work on the mindset here, so that you can understand why actually people get the results, and why people actually buy, high ticket. Because you have to understand this: 70% in India, 70% people in India still buy iPhone on the credit card. It's not about the price that you're charging. People want that status. People want those emotions. People want, to feel the change. That's what people pay for, and that's what we fail to understand. We fail to provide them the value at the maximum level. And even, all the top companies, you start with less number of people, but you eventually, increase the number of people in that. So it depends on you, where you want to be. You're making 100 crores at 10% profit, that will also be 10 crore rupees. Or you're doing 30 crore and you're still, you're at 30% profit rate, that will also be 10 crore rupees. It's just that you have to understand which is the market that you want to play in. Whether you want to play in the market where you want to have a large volume, where you will have to handle a lot of things with people, because I know I've done low ticket, so I know there's a lot of headache, there's a lot of tools expense, there's a lot of software expenses, there's a lot of things that happen at the back end. There's a lot of people, first of all, that you have to handle. And there's a lot of headache in the business. So it depends on you, which game is that you want to play. If the revenue is same in both of these markets, which is the market that you want to play? Because you are neither doing a service to your clients by serving low, because you're not bringing a deeper transformation in them. You're not getting the most quality people for them. Like, like, it's a funny example, but आप ये देखोगे, बाबा रामदेव का crowd और सदगुरु का crowd बहुत different है. It's a very different crowd. वहां पे आपको, बाबा रामदेव की यहाँ पे आपको शिविर दिखेंगे, और सदगुरु के यहाँ ईशा में आपको रिट्रीट्स दिखेंगी. Right? It's a very big difference, right? The quality of the people that you'll meet at the high quality price is going to be a very different market than a low ticket market. So you got to decide which is the market that you want to play. And then because this is a business, you're not doing charity, right? And I want to give you this mindset: people actually pay high ticket prices if you have value in your service. If you have value, if you're able to provide that value, if you're able to bring that deeper transformation in people. Agar aap sirf, if you're not just targeting one type of thing, okay, I'll help you just in one thing, but I'll help you in overall creating your business, in overall your life, in IQ, in EQ, in SQ, in the temperament that I need to actually build this business. In the skills, obviously you'll help me in the skills, but you'll also help me see the things the way I want, the way I should ideally. And that's what it's all about. See, there's a lot of ways to do $50,000 in your business. It depends on you. You can either have 5 people who you're serving at the highest level where you're charging $10,000, You can have 25 people, you can have two people who you're charging $25,000 for, or you can have 50 people you're charging $1,000 for. It entirely depends upon you. But you have to understand, the deeper the transformation that you can bring in someone, the more they will be willing to pay you. If you're going to bring a surface level transformation, if you're going to just solve a surface level problem for them, they're going to pay you, because I know most of you people are charging very low ticket. That's why I'm spending a lot of time here to actually make you understand the mindset that you need, the limiting beliefs. A lot of people say, people in India don't pay high ticket, but that's not the truth. Do you think people living in metro cities will even think about paying 40 to 50K to you to actually, solve a very big problem that they have? If you're helping someone, let's say you're helping, let's say, a woman who has gone through a divorce, who's looking for, something of a good, meaningful relationship in life. And, if you can actually tell her the reason why you should do the coaching with her, why does she need your help? You might be able to give her financial stability. If she's in a good, healthy relationship, she might be able to grab more opportunities. She'll be able to attract more financial things in life. It's the problem is we don't target the right industry and we don't target the right people. That's what I'm going to teach you. How do you do that exactly? But even before I do that, it's very important for you to understand why you got to be charging high ticket and not just low ticket. Because most of the people I know, I have also done low ticket, so I know the numbers after tax are very less as compared to for people who are, uh, you know, most of the people don't struggle with numbers. They don't know what the numbers are, and that's why it's important. कि आप समझो, how do you build a business? Because you're not building a charity. You are building a business, and for business you need, and even if you want to build a team for yourself so that you can serve your clients at a higher level. If you truly want to build this business for a long term, you got to think about your business as well, right? That's how you will serve your customers. If you don't serve them, uh, you know at the deepest level, why will they stick with you? And how will you generate your name? Yeah, understand when people don't have regular prospects, so they start. I understand when you have little prospects, then you go to low ticket. But the point is, why aren't you able to convert at high ticket? Is because you don't have, first of all, a really good, tangible offer for them, so that they feel like, okay, now I should, work with Patmalya so that she can give me the results. I teach you the frame by, and today, after today, you will never ever think about like this way. I can assure you this. So before I even tell you that, you have to understand why people buy anything, right? Why people give you money. See, people are going to be buying Rolexes also, and people are going to be buying a Sonata also, right? Sonata is a 250 rupees watch, Indian watch, right? And people are going to buy Rolex also. Time to dono dikhati hain. Each of these watches show time only. What's the difference? When I look at my Rolex, I feel like, okay, man, I've done something in my life. It gives me a feeling of luxury, right? That's why people actually give money. See, you have to understand, we all spend a lot of money on experiencing things, on having a good experience. And this is a very subtle difference, but even I'm going to tell you this, the people who succeed in business also, now, they understand these small things that people pay for experiences. The people who are actually making millions of rupees in their business, they understand the subtle thing. They all play in high ticket. The people pay for experiences. People like us who are not able to make, like that much amount of money, they struggle because they have this mindset barrier that, okay, why would people give me money? We don't understand that people give people, pay for money. So why do people give you money? Three things. First, either you're solving a problem for them. That's a need for them. Like, okay, that's the problem that you're solving. That's a low ticket market. Second is you creating value for them. That's a middle ticket product. And the third is when you produce result for them. That's a high ticket products, because here it's not just need and utility, but also the experience, the deeper transformation that they've been looking for. No one has changed their life buying a 5,000 rupees product, because you cannot be committed from your, like, let's say, you are paying me 5,000 rupees. How much time do you think I can give to you for changing your life on a deeper level? Like, if you are taking some, 5,000 rupees from someone, how much time can you give that to them? Can you teach them all the things that you know from your experience? Right? That's the point, to understand that. Please repeat the mid-ticket product. Okay. So basically, when you create value for someone, I'm going to give you a lot of examples today in the occasion framework, but I'll still explain you. So when you're able to create a value for them, then you're able to charge. Uh, then you're not just solving a need, but you're also providing them a utility that, okay, I need that. So that's why, you have to understand. But the main thing that I want to make you understand is, people buy experiences, they buy emotion. And it's not about selling the stone as a diamond. It's about stating who, what, and how clearly. Most people struggle with this. They don't know who the right target market is. They don't know what's the problem they're trying to solve. And they don't know how they solve this problem. Like, you will never see ads of Rolls Royce in your TV, because we are not the right target market for them. Right? We don't, we will not spend on a very luxury car, right? But there's a target market for them. They do it because they know their who. When we don't know their who, we're going to be struggling with that, right? We're going to be struggling with the wrong leads. We're going to target the wrong people. आप उन लोग को target करोगे जिनके पास पैसे ही नहीं, who don't have the money themselves, then how will they pay you high ticket? And let me clear this limiting belief in your head. There are a lot of people who are earning a lot of money. Everyone is not broke. We have this mindset, okay, everyone is broke. No, everyone is not broke. So you have to change that mindset. Okay, you have to see, okay, which is a growing market. Even if some people don't have the money, and if they trust you, if they actually think that you can give them the results that they want, people will give a loan and then, give you the money, because they know that, they understand that this thing can give me the result that I've been looking for. And that's what people fail to understand. The most important currency, is it's trust. And it's all about the experience that they want to feel. It's all about the results that they want to get. So, but for that, now you got to know who you're targeting. Like, there's a lot of people I've seen who target the wrong people and then expect, they'll be able to get the results. So, okay. Now, the next thing, everything in any industry is available in high ticket also. Like, let's take example of food industries. Pizza, Domino's is also available, and even like a 300 rupees pizza is also there, and a 700 rupees pizza is also there. The same small pizza only, let's say, right? And even the brands, if you know actually, Chole Bhature also, there's one street wala Chole Bhature, and there's one Chole Bhature in Sagar Ratna, that's, or like even a 5-star hotel that you get. The prices are very different. Why? Because they are giving you the experience of it. You won't buy a Rolex from a local place where you don't feel the vibes, where you don't feel that you're getting a lot of value out of it. I'm setting this as a context for why actually charging high ticket is a must for your business, so that you can survive in the business. And you also have to understand that you don't have to help everybody in your life. You have to help people who are aligned with your values. If you're going to try to help everyone, you're going to end up helping no one. So you want to find the people who are actually aligned with, what you want to do. What, like Red Bull versus Sting. See, Red Bull was like 100 rupees product, right? Sting, what did they do? Okay, I want to launch a 20 rupees substitute of Red Bull. But do you think the people who used to buy Red Bull are directly going to go to Sting? The people like me who used to, who like the taste of Red Bull are still going to buy Red Bull only. We're not going to go to Sting just because there's a substitute for that. So you got to understand why people buy a high ticket product. Now the sixth reason, and this is This is for your business. You need to understand this. By charging cheap prices for your coaching, you set yourself up eventually to burn out and break down. See, it's less about make more money for yourself than building a foundation for your business. You want to do this business for long term, right? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? So you have to see, okay, I am also getting, I'm also getting the margins that I want, right? So it's less about that, but you also want the freedom of time for yourself, right? And when you charge low ticket, I don't know how many of you have done low ticket as well, but when you charge low ticket, all sort of people come into your funnel, all sort of people come into your business who demand a lot from you, who are complaining about things, who doubt you at every step, who doubt the process at every step, who are going to do all the unethical activities inside the group. You're going to find all those people when you're doing low ticket. But when you're doing high ticket, it actually increases the quality of people that you have in your group. And that's why people want to associate with you also. Because you have the premium quality of people who everyone wants to associate with. Not just any random Tom, Dick, and Harry who's just like, I just want to do a 5,000 rupees course. And that's the mindset that even you want to have. That if I'm charging higher ticket, like let's say, let's say I was attending in the morning a workshop by someone who's actually just catering to super success gas super 2000 people. So that's a very quality kind of people, right? That's the kind of people I want to associate with. That's the community that I want to be in, right? That's also one factor that becomes a part of charging high ticket, because they know these are the people who can pay me. These are the people who can actually I can work with. And this is the class. It's not just, it's not that even if you earn a lot of money, but if you cannot have class in your life, like, simply, when people look at you, they should say, man, this person has a class. This like look at this person. He looks like, he does something. And that is why, because they will have more skill in the game. They will, even if they're paying a little bit of high ticket, they'll be like, okay, now I want to get the results also that I want. And by charging higher ticket, you get like the really, and because you have to also understand that even if you want to do the business for a long term and actually set up a business, you're going to have a team. And for building a team, you're going to have good people, right? And see, good people cost money. Great people cost fortune. If you want to hire me in your business, it's going to cost, like every good person is going to take a fortune. Because they could have done something else for their time also. So that's why you got to be charging higher so that you can build, first of all, for yourself, second of all, for your customers, because they will be getting more results, and third of all, because you want to hire the best talent in the market who can actually help you to get the results. And because you also need very few clients to hit your income goals, you don't need to market yourself every day. You don't need to keep just marketing yourself out, because I know when you're doing a 5,000 rupees course, how much level of marketing that you need to do. That's insane level of marketing that you need to do. When you're selling a 5,000 rupees course, you have to be pretty good at, at marketing, at understanding what do people need. And that is why when you need less people because you also like, because we all are living in metro cities, right? We need some income for ourselves as well. And not just here to do charity, right? If we cannot have quality people inside a group, how are people, going to be, first of all, no one likes to associate with people who are just, like doing average things, right? Like doing just having average people in the group, and not having the most quality kind of people in the group. No one's going to associate with you if you want to do high ticket, first of all. And when you actually get clients like this, these people respect your time, respect your, value you as a person, value you as a coach. Not just, like 5,000 rupees courses, you might be going on to them daily. A lot of people don't even attend the weekly classes that people do for 5,000 rupees. Why? Because they have not, first of all, put their skin in. And as a coach, it's very difficult to help them also, because you have not gotten the gotten the value that you also wanted to get. And it's all a game of reciprocation as well, right? So you have to work. I'm just trying to it's in this mindset for you that the quality of the people that you work with is the most important thing in your business. And it's not about the numbers. कि मैंने इतने इतने पैसे कमा लिए यार आपके पास आफ्टर टैक्स बचा कितना पैसा isn't that important? Is not that what you keep? How important is your time freedom for you? How important is that freedom for you? You got to understand that thing. People ignore that aspect that I'm going to do business all my life. Then it's better to do a job if you want to do a low ticket only product, because that way at least you have a fixed income. If you want to become an entrepreneur, at least have ambitions, right? At least have big ambitions to do something big in life, to risk something, to actually do something, right? It's otherwise it's better to have a job only. Why do you take so much risk? That's why I say coaches should be the people who should be paid at least 5 lakhs. That's the basic income level I feel coaches should be paid. 5 lakhs a month, because that's the level of hard work they've put in themselves. And when you're doing low ticket, you have to keep looking for new people every month. And that's where you run out of money to optimize the service to the people that you truly want to help. See, if you cannot help just one person, how are you planning to help someone, at a very, at masses level? If you cannot just help really one person to get the result they have been looking for. And that's what people do. They start with group coaching. I want to start with group coaching. Okay, brother, start with group coaching, but at least be good in your skills. At least understand how you're going to help that person. अगर आप लो टिकट भी चार्ज कर रहे हो, स्टार्टिंग में आपको हाई टिकट उसको सर्विस तो देनी पड़ेगी ना यार, कुछ रिजल्ट तो लाने पड़ेंगे ना. Any business goes because of the case studies that you build, not even the testimonies, the case studies that you build. And that's why you have to understand. Then again, I was telling you, you build a community filled with go-getters that are driven, that are serious. So your community alone will be a major selling point for the prospects. Like I was telling you, I wanted to be associated with the people who were, super 2000 people. Everyone wants to be a part of high-level group. By charging high ticket, you remove yourself from the amateurs in the market. You differentiate yourself. That okay, I'm not just helping everyone. I'm helping a very specific category of people. That's the game that you want to. By charging low ticket, you're telling people that you are not confident that you can get them the results. And ultimately, coaching is the highest level of service that you can ever offer to someone. And that's like the most important commitment that you are doing to anyone. So you have to charge what you're worth. So I hope you guys were able to understand why you got to be charging high ticket. I know I've put a lot of emphasis on that because it's very important to give you the mindset before I move on to telling you the reasons, telling you the proper framework on how you got to do it. So yeah, guys, if you got value out of it, type value in the chat box so that I know you understood the mindset of why you need to be charging higher ticket as compared to just working with people who are charging low ticket. Thank you so much. Thank you, Suguna Padmalya. Thank you so much. That's exactly the point. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Aarti, Devika. Thank you so much. That's exactly right. Now let's move on to the goals. Exactly, guys. You're saying correct. Thank you. So before I even start telling you the framework that you need to actually create that high converting offer, what's the first thing that you think that you need in order to hit your income goals? What do you think? First of all, tell me in the chat box. What do you think is that one thing that's the foundation to create and to hit your income goals? Is it lead gen? Is it marketing? Is it team? Is it paid ads? Appointment setters? Systems? Or a converting funnel? What do you guys think? What do you think? Niche. Okay, Padmal is saying niche. What do you think you need? What am I selling? Okay, good. Okay, what do you guys think? What do you need the most when you are starting out your business to actually hit your income goals? What am I selling? Who am I selling? Yeah. Right, guys, I'm waiting for Okay, so basically, I'll tell you. Okay, thank you. So the most important thing that you first of all need if you have to hit your income goals is create an offer that converts, that people are able to see, okay, okay, this is what this is how you basically get results. So now I'm going to give you an overview of the offer and the 6 elements of what a breakthrough offer is. Being very specific about whom am I helping? Yeah, exactly, exactly. Okay. So first of all, what is an offer? I gotta explain it to you. What do we mean by offer here? I'll just close this. So an offer can mean a lot of things here, but I'm gonna tell you what do we mean by the context of offer here in this context of this workshop. Okay. Uh, some people may think your offer is the product or service you're selling, and other things it's a deal or package that you're pitching to people. But I'm telling you but the purpose of the this workshop, when we are referring to an offer, it means basically a combination of who, what, and how. Who is the target market? Who is your niche? Who would you want to help? That's your dream client. Okay. Wait, I'll just set up my camera search. Okay. Then what? What's the one big transformation? Not two, not three. What's the one big transformation that you're trying to give help them achieve? So many people do this thing that they want to help so people with so many things. You got to choose that one transformation that you want to help them to achieve. And what's the desire that they want to achieve? And then the third is how. What's your method or how you're gonna do that? So let's move on to this. How? So basically, offer by here we mean who, what, and how. So I'm going to be explaining more in context of that, so that you get more about example of that. So so many people have unclear offers that they're offering to people, and that's why people don't even understand uh, how they're helping each other. Let's say now I'm going to give you some example of clear offers, and then I'm also going to give you some examples of unclear offers. What do I mean by that? Okay. I hate people who want to quit their 9 to 5 job and make $10,000 per month through automated coaching business while working 2 to 3 hours a day. It's a clear offer. Or like a clear offer could be, I help 9 to 5 people to make $4,000 in 90 days using my ABC framework. So you can see one clear outcome, one clear defined goal. It's not confusing people. Here it's clearing people. Okay, I help whom to get what through what. I help coaches get high quality webinar leads through messenger marketing. Let's say, right? So that's what I'm gonna explain it to you in more detail. So that's why I'm not gonna go deep into here. So that's what basically we mean by offer, clearly stating the who, the what, and the how. Who you're helping, what you're helping them with, and how you're going to be helping them. So let's move on to the next part. Why do you need an offer? Because no matter what type of coach you are, whether you're a life coach, manifestation coach, healer, speaker, whatever you help people with, you will your offer will always be your biggest bottleneck to scale your business. And 50% of your foundation is all about your business. So I'm gonna directly go on to the 6 elements of a breakthrough offer. What are the 6 elements that you need to keep in your mind? And now I'm going to delve deeper into what are the 6 elements that you need to understand that, okay, is my offer a good offer or not? First, the size of the problem and the pain. Are you solving a painful enough problem for people? Or is it a problem, it's a small problem that you're solving for people. You can't expect to solve small problems and, expect big prices. Like some people have an offer, I help you to be happy. Okay, that might be valuable to you. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Okay, I was in mute. So basically, I was telling, the level of problem, the level of pain that they have felt, and how long they've been feeling that pain is very important. It's not enough that you just say that you think it's a big problem for them. They also have to think that if you say that I help people to be happy, it's not a big enough problem for them, right? They have to think that it's a big problem for them. If being happy, like I think mindset is a huge problem for coaches, but most coaches don't think so. So I won't sell them the mindset thing, right? Because they don't think that's a big problem for them. I have to know that do they think also that it's a big problem for them? And instead of being so general with what you're helping, be specific and show them exactly what is the desired situation that they'll be, achieve after working with you. So basically, you have to solve a problem that is having a big enough pain. Second element is the time your prospect has been, experiencing the problem for. If someone is experiencing a problem just for a week, you cannot charge them very high ticket. But if they have been experiencing that problem for a very long time, you can actually, so these are the parameters that you have to check whether your offer is fulfilling it or not. If you're solving a problem that's not painful, that people have not been facing enough time for, that's not going to be something that people are going to pay high ticket for. And that's why you build a business, right? Element number three is going to be the complexity of the problem. Is the problem that you're trying to solve a problem that can be easily solved just by, Googling it or just by looking at some other places? Or is it a highly sophisticated problem which will need an expert, which will need a person with skills to solve that problem for? Most of the people are trying to solve the surface level problems. And that's why, that's the problem why they're not able to charge high ticket. They're not able to get proper leads in the system because they have not placed themselves in the right way. And once you're not placing yourself in the right direction, you have not, you don't know what's your USP about. You don't know what's the complexity of the, how do you exactly go about it. Then you cannot expect to pay someone a high ticket price for that. A high complexity problem is that they have been trying something for a long time. Like, I know that there are a lot of people who have been trying to set up their business for a long time, but they've not been able to because of a lot of complexities because of that. Like a low complexity problem will be, how to hit a golf ball. A quick YouTube video can tell you how do you hit that golf ball. But a high complexity problem will be how to win a professional golf tournament. And that's how you basically place yourself different from other people. By crafting a solution that is actually a difficult problem for people to solve. Now, the element number four is going to be the sophistication of your method or the skills that you're solving that for. Like, low sophistication skills are there are many people who can do what you're doing. If there are going to be many people who can, like do the same thing that you're charging high ticket for, they're not going to be, paying a lot for. Like example, many people can just mow your lawns, can actually just see okay, do the manual work for you, like jharu pocha, normal things also, right? But how many people can do a neural surgery? Very less. So if you can become an expert at something which is a high sophistication job, you can actually charge a lot more higher ticket for that. The solution is to solve a problem that not everyone can solve, or be so much specific that they can't find solution to that problem. So these are all the elements that you got to check. Is the problem that I'm trying to solve, is it a big problem? Are they facing it for a long time? Is it a complex problem to solve? And do for solving that problem, does it require a lot of sophistication? Does it require a lot of skills to solve that problem? The fifth is the level of certainty in your ability to solve that problem. Like if you're not 100% sure that if you can solve that problem for them, you cannot be able to charge high ticket for that. So that's why if you just like okay, if you're not sure, 100% sure about the certainty of your solution, you cannot again charge higher ticket. So, lots of people buy one course on doing something and then try to sell others because certainty, how will that certainty come? Because, you have done it. You have yourself done it. And when you have yourself done it, like if I'm teaching people how to make $5,000, I should know how to do that, right? The level of certainty that I can get someone to make that $5,000 or $10,000. That comes from obviously, and now I want to explain you that obviously comes from experience also. But you got to understand that, value equation I want to explain you. Basically, that's how people value your offer. Dream outcome, what's the outcome that you're helping them achieve, multiplied by how likely it is for them to achieve the outcome. Upon, so I'm explaining it a bit faster way because I have a lot of things to cover, but still I'm going to go a bit slow. And if you feel confused, I'm going to go slow. Let me know just, okay? Upon time delay into efforts and sacrifice. So I'm going to explain it to you in short. When you present your offer to someone, you have to present them that the dream outcome that they're going to be getting is very high. The likelihood of achieving that, like if I'm telling someone, okay, you're going to be making 5,000 per month in 90 days, the dream outcome is quite good, right? $5,000 is not less. Perceived likelihood of achievement, because they've been working with me, I have achieved the same result. I have helped some people do that. Their perceived likelihood is also more. Upon time delay, I'm saying it will take 90 days. If you put in the effort, it will just take 90 days. Upon the effort and sacrifice, you won't have to put in very, very much of effort because I would have done most of the work for you in that way. And that's how people value your offer. So that's how you basically judge. That's the element that you see. And the sixth element is the speed at which you can get people the results. The faster you get the people the results, the more they're going to be willing to pay to you. The slower you're going to be getting the results for them, the lesser they want to give. They want to pay you. So satisfaction of all these elements is what creates a breakthrough offer for them. So all these six elements you should have to check in your offer. Are you solving all these six elements in your offer? If not, you got to probably change some bit of things in your offer. And I hope you got, if you understood this whole things, how many of you guys, first of all, I would like to know, have all of these things, all of these elements included in your offer? Tell me in the chat box elements if you have, how many elements are there in your offer? How many elements are you solving in your problem? Check. I know it might take some time. Is your problem painful enough? Is the problem that you're trying to solve, your people have been trying to solve it for a long time? Is it a complex problem, not a problem that easily someone could solve? Does it require the skill of actually for to solve that problem? And are you making the people feel certain that you can solve that problem for them? And the sixth and the last element is the speed at which okay. Namita is saying yes, Patmali is saying not in this way. Okay, cool. Amazing, guys, amazing. Gayatri saying great. Exactly. Yeah, thank you so much. These are the six elements that you should be checking whether you are solving in your offer or not. Now let's move on to us to our six-step method framework on how can you craft a converting offer for yourself. So, okay. So step number one is going to be finding your who and what. So सबसे पहला, as some of you were also talking about your niche, right? So I'm going to help you figure out what's the niche that you can basically target people in. So सबसे पहला, why understanding why it's critical to niche down. Because if you're going to be targeting everyone, we have talked about that in the high ticket thing as well. If you're going to be targeting everyone, you're going to not be solving the problem for anyone, right? So you got to be certain about what are the problem that you're solving out for people, and why it's important for you to niche down. See, if you don't niche down, you will struggle to grow your business. Because see, like there's some laws of universe, right? Like if you drop an apple, it'll go down only, it'll not go up, right? When you're starting out your business, you need to first of all work with people who resonate with you, who feel that okay, man, this is the direct problem that I think this person can solve because he has done it, because that person has done it for themselves, and you can also see that okay, this is a problem that could be solved. So first of all, not niching down is a very wrong thing. Now I'm going to tell you the reasons how it can help you. Wait, I'll just close this. If you've ever thought that I want to help everyone, or I can't choose only one niche because I can help everyone who needs this, okay, or I'm doing a disservice to others by only working with one group of people, then you got to read this statement to yourself. If I try to help everyone, I'll end up helping no one. Because you're feeling, okay, I want to help this person also, that person also, that person also, but no one will ultimately resonate with you about what you're doing it. So that's why it's very important to niche down. And I'm not going to go very much in detail. I'm going to directly tell you the exactly thing that you can actually start to niche down. And wait. So basically, it's all about finding a hot market that's already doing well, right? Like let's say I start a hot dog stand, and let's say okay, I'll ask you this question. Okay, let's say if you want to start a hot dog stand, what's the one advantage that you think if you could get, you can actually have the most number of people that you can get. What's the biggest advantage that you feel? Is it hygiene? Is it cheaper prices? Is it better hot dog? No, the most important thing is there's a starving crowd for what you're doing. If you don't have people who are actually willing to, who are actually, very desperately want to solve that problem, you cannot build an offer that people actually, would like to buy from you, right? So you need the most important thing that people struggle is not having a starving crowd. So no matter how costly or bad your hot dog is, or how average or how average your lead magnet is, if there's not a demand in the market that you're trying to help people with, it's going to be a very painful process for you to actually do it. So I'm going to tell you the exact meaning of niche that will help you to clear out. Okay, am I going too narrow? Am I going too broad? This is going to help you to understand the thing. First of all, by niche, some people say it's either the who or the what. But truly, what the niche means is overlap of who and what. Like, wait, I'll explain it to you through an example. Sometimes, right, your who can be big, but then your what has to be smaller. Like, I want to help women, let's say, but I want to help women who are going. Let's say you're a relationship coach, okay? You want to help women only, but now you want to narrow your thing to like women who are going through a divorce, right? So that way, you have to. If your who is big, then your what has to be smaller, and that is the way that you actually see the niche. Like that's the way I told you. Like like let's say I'm targeting coaches who are who are making less than $5,000. So the who is big, but the what is small. I'm helping just them with how to set up their coaching business. So that's how you basically balance the who and what in whatever business you're doing. Now I'm going to give you some bad examples of what niche is, because either people go too broad, like I'll help people to make money. That's too broad. Like people, I help people to make money, right? Or some people go too narrow. I help women with cancer who are going through divorce. They're not balancing the who and the what. And that's what basically a niche means. Balancing the who and the what. And that's when you get a proper niche, right? And niching now, I've told you, it's already very important if you truly want to scale your coaching business. You have to have a high ticket product. And for that, you have to have a niche down product where people can relate to what problem you're solving for them. Now I'm gonna go on because okay, I'm gonna go into niche finding framework on how you can go down and actually solve that framework for yourself. Oh wait, actually we're running out a lot of time, so I'll skip that for now. Niche finding framework, but I'll help you see कि, okay, ठीक है, if you've created an offer for yourself, is that an offer? How do you check whether your offer is a correct offer or not? So I'm going to telling you the four parameters which you can check to see if your offer is the right offer or not. Is it targeting the right niche or not? First thing is, are you solving a massive pain for people? If you are, then you are in the right niche. Second thing, do the people that you're helping have the purchasing power? If you're helping unemployed people to make $5,000, they're not going to have the money to invest in you, right? If you're not targeting people who actually can have that thing, then it's going to be a difficult thing for you. Third thing, it's easy to target. Some people are targeting very random niches. I help burned out dads. How will you find those people? Or I help leaders. Anyone can be a leader, right? You got to be targeted on who the people you're trying to help. They should be easy to target. We have sometimes so many weird niches that we are trying to help that we forget, okay, this is the exact thing that I need to do. And the fourth thing is, it should be a growing market. It should not be a dying market. So these are the four parameters that you can see. If your niche follow forms in that, then it's a right industry that you are in. Now, examples of it, some examples, let's say a relationship coach. There are two relationship coaches, relationship coach A and relationship coach B. Relationship coach A is trying to help college students to find their dream life partner. Okay. So, and the relationship coach B is trying to help people who are in the second half of their life, who are, maybe who have divorced in their life to find the dream partner of their life. Who do you think will be a better niche for people to target? Tell me in the chat box. What do you think will be a better niche? First niche or second niche? Relationship coach A or relationship coach B? Who is in the better niche? Are we saying A? Namita is saying B. Okay. More guys. Okay. Padmila is saying A. Okay. Gayatri is saying A. Okay. Okay. So wait. Okay. By judging the above parameters, first let's see what let's see. Let's just check by these parameters. You're helping someone who is divorced, right? First of all, who would have the massive pain? The person who is just a college student who is trying to find the dream partner, or the person who is actually divorced and who is actually struggling in their life, that they feel that if they don't find the right partner, they'll not be able to get that they'll not be able to get that dream partner ever in their life. The relationship, these people have massive pain, right? Because they are thinking that if I don't get that partner in my life, I'm going to struggle for all my life. The college students can still find their dream partners. They have a lot of time. Who have more purchasing power? Divorced people, because they are usually, it's not that everybody has, but obviously the people who have have experienced more in their life will have yeah, B. Okay, a lot of people are saying B now. Okay, the second half of life, now they will have more money to spend in. And thirdly, they will, so easy to target, both of them will be. College students are also easy to target, divorced people are easy to target. College students are also a growing market, and divorced people are also a growing market. But if you judge, these two parameters are the even, this is fulfilling all the four parameters. Well, this is just fulfilling the two parameters, right? So this is a better niche to be in, because here the people have massive pain, here the people have purchasing power, and here they are easy to target, and they're also a growing market. Now, if you want to check what are the two extra parameters that you can check that if you want to work in that industry or not. First is, do you like the people who are, do you like these people who you're helping? And second is, can you actually help them? So if you can actually see, then you're ideally solving this problem. and you're actually helping that thing also, then you are in the right industry. And remember that your offer will keep evolving. It's not a one-time thing that will happen. It's something that will keep evolving over time. So that's the step number one, finding your who and your what. Step number two is going to be finding your perfect client avatar. Now, once you know, कि okay, ठीक है, this is the who and the what that you're solving for them. Who and what you know, then you need to know about deeper details about that person. Okay, what is the biggest problems? What are the biggest frustrations that they're facing in their life right now? Like, let's take an example that I've here taken an example of fitness industry, right? So what are the problems that they will be facing? Let's say you are helping working moms to lose weight. So what are the problems they will be facing? You got to know in detail, right? Lack of time, emotional eating, energy and fatigue, lack of support, inconsistent routine, guilt and self-care, lack of knowledge. They might have tried many things in the past, but nothing worked, right? If you don't know what their deepest problem is, even if you know, okay, this is the type of person I want to help, but you don't know what's the what's the problem that they are facing, then it's again going to be a tough job for you to actually help them. Second, what are their biggest fears? What do they think will happen if they don't solve the biggest frustration that they're facing in their life? They might have health issues. They might be facing low self-esteem. They might have a limited mobility. They might have reduced energy. They might be feeling frustrated. Their kids might role model their negative patterns. They might have strained relationships, risk of burnout, missed opportunities because of ill health, long-term health consequences, or they might feel trapped. So you got to again know, until and unless you know the pains, the problems that your target market is facing at a deeper level, you won't be able to actually target them in the right way. You won't know, is that the thing that I'm trying to solve also for people? Second thing, third thing, what are the biggest goals that they want to achieve? What are their wants? I know many of you will resonate with this. They might want to have weight loss success. They might want to have increased energy levels. They want to have improved fitness, improved stamina, better stress management, healthy eating habits, regular exercise routine, improved sleep quality, better work-life balance, positive mindset. Right? These are all the goals of the people of the working moms who want to lose weight in the fitness, who want to lose weight. If you can actually target these, now if you know the goals, you can market them in a proper way. If you don't even know what the goals are, what the challenges are, what the pains are of your people, how will you exactly go out there and actually target them, right? What are the biggest desires, things that they want in the long term? They want long term weight maintenance. They want optimal health. They want positive body image. They want balanced work life, healthy lifestyle habits, stress free relationships, positive parenting role, increased self confidence. So until and unless you know the desire of these people, they want the finance. If you can actually target these desires of these people, that way you'll be able to target them in a better way as compared to just trying to randomly talk to them to these people. So you got to know all of these things in a very very deep way. That was the step number two of how do you exactly craft your offer. First of all, knowing your who, knowing your what, understanding your niche, niching down in a proper way. Okay, balancing the who and the what, then finding the perfect person, what understanding their pains, problems, challenges, goals, and desires. Because until and unless you know that part of the people, you won't be able to help them. So that's very important. Now, the step number three is going to be converting intangible into tangible end result. So first of all, how many of you guys are excited for this? Type in excited. I'm just gonna get some water for myself in 2 seconds. Please get excited in the chat box. I'll just be back in a minute. Yeah, I can see a lot of excited. Thank you, thank you. You're going perfect. Excited. Lot of Sugana is writing. Namita is excited. Excited. Aarti, Gayatri, Smita. Thank you so much, guys. Padmalya, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just give me one sec. I hope you guys are getting a lot of value out of this because this is how basically I created my offer. Literally, this is what I did. Exact step by step. I'm telling you. No one will tell you this because most of the people don't even understand what you mean by that. I didn't. I deliberately didn't tell you about my pain points, fears, and frustration because otherwise you would have thought it's you are doing that so you can easily find that problem pain. That's why I take this example. Took this example of fitness industry so that you can know in any industry this is the way that you go about step by step, and that's how you find a perfect client avatar. First of all, finding the who and what. Most people struggle with niche for 2 3 years. They're not able to find the right person. They're not able to find their right niche. Once even they find their right niche, they don't know who your perfect client is. Then the third step is basically converting intangible into tangible end result. I'm not going to go, all things, solving all things, but I'm going to tell you the basic things on how you can craft your offer and how you can even, quantify your transformations. So basically, how do you quantify anyone's? Let's say there might be a lot of you people who might be not into business coaching and think, Divyanshu, yours is an ROI offer. It's easy for you to quantify transformation. You'll earn $5,000 in the next 90 days, right? But how do I do it? I'm in, fitness industry. I'm in holistic wellness. I'm in this industry, right? How do you do that? How do you quantify your transformation for people? So, healer, yeah, healer. Yeah, if you're in healing industry, how do you do that? How do you quantify the transformation for people? I'm gonna tell you how to exactly do with this. See, even if you're a healer, the most important thing is to know all of these things. Problem, pain, goals, and desire. What do they truly want to achieve? Until and unless you don't know that, you won't be able to actually craft an offer for them that people will be like, okay, now I want to pay you high ticket. I want to pay at least 50,000 to you for that thing. Because people pay only when they see, okay, what's the tangible thing that I'm going to be getting. So how do you quantify transformation is by the law of cause and effect. So basically, what is the internal change that you're trying to bring in people? What is the external consequence of it? Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you. With every cause, there is an effect, right? With every thing, every thing that you do with people that brings, let's say, you know, uh, there might be some there. I know there's someone who's in this class, who's in this call, who helps people feel confident, right? When you help clients feel confident, that will have some outward expression, right? They because of gaining confidence in their life, they'll also be getting something tangible result in their real life from that internal shift. They'll also be getting a real life tangible external shift. So you basically have to target that thing. Like, okay, if I'm feeling confident, what is the thing that they'll be helping with? Will they be able to get a better job? What's the basically, like, let's say you're healing someone. What's the tangible result? The internal effect. See, first of all, the cause, what you're doing, what's the internal effect causing them, and what is the external effect gonna be like when you do that internal effect for them, right? I help professionals overcome stuttering and speak confidently. Mentally, he'll get them to feel confident. Okay, mentally, that person is helping them to feel confident. But the external shift will be that next day when he'll go into a meeting, he'll be able to actually get a promotion or something like that, right? That's the external effect. So you have to see through your offer what is the external shift that they're getting. Internal thing that you're doing, what is the external thing that they are able to get through your coaching? So when you help someone develop self-confidence, what's the external effect? Maybe it helps them land their next job, or maybe it helps them get a promotion. So now you have this. See, like if you're helping someone with confidence, there can be a lot of external effects of it, right? You have to choose the one which you want to work with, which you resonate the most with. And that's how you make anything intangible. There are so many people who might be life coaches, but they don't know what's the internal effect and what's the external effect of that thing. Until and unless you know what's the external effect of the thing that you're helping those people with, especially in an intangible industry, because business industry is simple. You'll be able to earn money. In intangible, it's important to see what's the external effect of what's the of the inner transformation that you're bringing in people. Again, I'm telling you, cause will lead to internal effect, will lead to external effect. So basically, creating tangible result framework. Again, it's going to take a lot of time, so I'm not going to go in that. But just remember that when you're writing the external effect, think of all the external effect that our audience can see. Imagine, can see, like, let's say you say people, I help people earn money. They cannot actually imagine it. What do you mean by I help you make rich? I help you become rich. But if you say, I'll help you make $20,000, that makes sense for them. They can visualize it, right? So you have to see, okay, this is the cause. This is the thing that I'm helping them with. This is the internal effect of the thing that's going to be happening. And what's the external effect of that cause going to be on their life? Now, how do you find the external effect? Step one is basically see yourself what you were able to achieve. Like if you were, let's say you were able to remove the limiting beliefs for yourself to get a promotion in your job. So you can bring that angle in. Okay, I'll help you do that particular thing. And what's the external effect that you're going to be getting out of them? And I'm gonna not gonna explain you in detail. So basically, you have three parameters that you can check. Let's say self confidence. You're getting people to outcomes. You can help them land their dream job, or you can help them get promoted. Now, how do you choose which one should you target? So there are basically three things that you can check. First of all, do you like doing it? Do you like helping people land their dream job, or do you like helping people to get promoted? Because it can have a lot of external effects. Is there a hot market for it? What's the people looking for? And can you help them get the result? Again, high ticket, you have to understand if you want to build a long term business, first of all, you have to transition into high ticket. You cannot actually build a business building into low ticket that will last you for, if you're doing it a part time hobby, it's a different thing. But if you truly want to make it a career that pays you well, that actually helps you to get the results, you have to transition into high ticket. And for high ticket, you have to give them something tangible. And how do you do something tangible? By seeing what's the external shift that people get in their life by that internal shift, by bringing that internal shift in them. So that was basically how do you convert intangible? I know I'm not able to cover a lot of things, and there's a lot more that I want to cover today, but because we are running a bit short of time, so I'm not going to go in very details. Otherwise, I have so much to tell you, and I'm running very fast. I know this because there's a lot of things that go into converting something intangible into tangible. There's a lot of things that I just explained to you, four things in crafting your perfect client. But there's a lot more other things that go in detail that actually helps you find that perfect person. How do you narrow down that who and what? But yeah, because of time, I cannot, I will not be able to tell you whole things. Step number 4 is basically creating your new way. Once you have found out your who, once you have basically niched down, this is the exact kind of people that you want to help. You know their exact pain points, exact goals, exact desires, exact challenges. Then how do you create something for them? And you have also created a tangible result for them. That's how they're going to get it. Now, creating a new way, again, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time. I have here also, there's a lot of things to say, but I'm going to explain it to you in like brief. What do I mean by that? Basically, the importance of a new goal, of a new way, is to establish yourself different from everyone in your niche. How do you differentiate yourself from all the people in the industry is basically going to be your new vehicle. So if you guys might have seen a post that I did about 2-3 days back, so it basically explains the concept of marketing, how the marketing works, right? Let's say I'm here in Delhi and I want to go to Dubai. So I was going through a car, let's say I was going through a car. I know from Delhi to Dubai, it might take a very long time for me to go there. So someone came to me and said to me, "Hey Divyanshu, you're going through car. It'll take you a very long time to reach to Dubai this way." What I've done is I've rented a plane and I have some plane tickets that you can also buy so that you can directly go from Delhi to Dubai through plane. So rather than selling the plane tickets directly to me, he's selling the vehicle that go through plane. Plane is a better way. And that is what you have to do. That's where most people go wrong in marketing, in content. They're trying to sell to people their product through content. They have to sell their vehicle. What is your vehicle? That is what the new way is all about. You don't have to sell your program. You have to sell the vehicle, the plane, the aeroplane. That it's a better way to go there. It's a better way to reach there. So basically, that's what's called the new way. And the goal is to basically differentiate yourself from others so that they can understand. So basically, your new way is the new method, like the aeroplane, and your program is basically the plane ticket. Here I've given you a car flight analogy. And so, what are the important points to consider when you are creating? So, a lot of people, first of all, create random names. So, basically, I mean here two things. Again, I'm not going to go very detailed into this. First of all, is creating a name for your framework that people want to achieve. And people keep a lot of random names, that people cannot understand. You have to keep something name that people can understand, like uh, hyper organic marketing or viral group method. Someone can understand, right? What do I do? If some people keep so much intangible things that people don't even understand. Okay, what do you mean by that? They have to ask you that, right? So it might take time to find the perfect name, to find the perfect framework. How do you help people? But it's going to be definitely worth it. So basically, it's divided into two parts. First is creating the name for your program, creating the name for your framework, and knowing also the things that your clients hate, the things that your clients don't like to do. So, like, okay, like, always remember that that everyone in this world is at a desired, is at a current situation and they want to reach at a desired situation. And your offer is the way that you take them through from current situation to the desired situation. But they want to go there without reaching the villain. Let's say you're a fitness coach only. What's the thing that they hate the most while doing? What's the thing that without, let's say, people hate to do exercise or people hate to not eat basically the good food. Like, they don't want to compromise on good foods. So you have to create your new way in such a way that you are also targeting their mindset. Okay, this is the thing that you don't have to compromise on. And that is how, again, I'm not going to go in very detail because of the time lag that we're going. But basically, the point being, you got to create a new way for people to understand so that they are able to visualize how you're going to be helping them. So we have covered the who and the what, the perfect client, what's the result that you're going to be getting, and now the new way is all about the how. What's going to be the name of your framework through IMS framework, inbound marketing system, or through ABC framework, through XYZ framework. They have to see what different are you doing from all the other people in the market, and that's why people associate with you. Because there are so many people who might be, just helping people get productive. But how are you helping people get productive? What's the name of your framework? What's the tangible result of getting them productive is going to be? And are you targeting my right? If you're helping me get productive, are you targeting the right goals, desires, and pain points that I have, or you are targeting randomly things? And again, if your targeting is not right, then you're going to be struggling again with that. So now it's the step number 5 of creating your breakthrough offer and the framework of offer statement. So again, you have to, again, when you're creating your offer, you again have to see the 6 elements that we talked about in the start. In the start, I gave you a 100-feet overview of what are the 6 elements that you got to be looking. Is that the painful problem that you're solving? Is that a massive pain for the people? Is that are they suffering it from the long time? Is it a complex problem? Again, you got to check when you're creating your offer. Are all of these things being fulfilled? If not, then you got to change your niche. Are you certain can you get them the results? And how fast are you going to getting them the results through your framework? Again, if your six elements are not matched in it, you're going to again be suffering and actually doing things. Now, how do you create a perfect breakthrough offer? So again, once you have all those six elements dial in, I'm going to directly jump off to the offer statement. See, marketing statement is basically what do you do, making people understand what do you do in one line. That's what your offer statement is all about. When people ask you what do you do, what do you tell them is what's called an offer statement. And I'm going to explain it to you in brief. What do I mean by offer statement? Like, let's say, okay, I'll give you an example for this. What do I mean by offer statement? I know many of you might have worked in a job as well. If someone is working in IT, he's working on a lot of things, right? If you ask them, okay, bhai, okay, bro, what are you doing? What are you working on specifically on? He'll say, my boss makes me work on like 10 things, 10, 12 things. He's working on this also, this also, this also, this also, right? There's no clarity on what he does. And no one wants to take advice from a person who's, helping everybody, who's doing everything. And that's what people are doing. They're trying to do multiple things. An offer statement is basically having a clear definition of what do you do, what do you help the people with. So it basically helps you, an offer statement helps you to bring clarity in what you're offering to people. It helps you attract the right type of audience that you want to attract, and it repels the wrong people that you don't want to be, working with. So like, let's say, I work with coaches who are making less than $5,000. That's a very strong. So I don't want to work, with any kind of people who are not coaches or something like that, right? That's what an offer statement is. It helps you bring clarity in what do you do, attract the right type of people, and it repels the wrong type of people. Now let me give you the breakthrough offer statement on what do you mean about it. Comprises of all the steps that we have covered in the above framework. So this is basically a combination. Once you've done all the steps, you'll be able to define your breakthrough offer. Like I help who. Here you have to be specific. Again, as I told you, it's a combination of who and what. The more specific you are, the better it's going to be. I help my dream client. Okay. Wait. I help my dream client get what result or what specific transformation you help them to get through what method. Again, that method has to be specific, your framework name, your new way name. Without the old method, the villains that we talked about, the people, what people don't want to do. So that's basically your offer statement all about. I help my dream client get this result through this method without this. That's what basically your offer statement looks like. If you can able to tell the people, okay, I help this person get this result through this thing without, like, I help coaches who are making less than $5,000 achieve their first $10,000 per month in the next 90 days through my hyper organic method without using paid ads, without using cold ads, funnels, or cold DMs. That's very clear on what do I do. Most people are not even clear, and once they're not clear, they are always playing the volume game. I want to target everyone, and then they end up helping no one because they're not even clear on who do they want to help. And once you're not clear, you're going to be struggling. And this is the framework. So you don't just try to copy it just like blindly, but apply your brains also and find the right way and balance it out. This is a don't try to even go a lot away from it. So now that's what a breakthrough offer statement is. Now I'm going to give you some examples, like relationship. Let's say I help moms who went through divorce, regain the confidence, and find the love of their life through XX method without wasting time on dating apps. It's a very clear thing about what you help them, who you help, what you help them with, what's your framework name, and what is the without that you help them with. So these are all things that are very important. Then let's say wealth industry. I help coaches who are stuck under $5,000 per month, scale their coaching business to $10,000 per month through viral organic marketing method without any ads or funnels. Again, it's clear. Most people struggle because they're not even clear in their offer. Then how will you go and target the right leads? How will you talk to people on sales call? Because you don't even know, once you don't even know what you do, how can you actually build a business around it? Right? First thing is this. This is the first foundation that people struggle to actually even get the basics right, and they want to build of a big business. That's not possible because they're not even clear on what they want to do. Again, some pro tips. Clear is better than sexy building something like, okay, I help this person, they do this, so they can do this. Don't make it very like big statement. Make it clear so that people understand what you're trying to say. It's not about making it complicated. Things work the best when they're simple. And short is better than a longer statement. Shorter statement is better because people are able to clearly see what you're trying to help them with. And it's better to be a specialist than to be a generalist. Rather than solving everything for them, try to solve a very specific problem for them where they can actually, all the things that we talked about. Having your niche dialed down. You don't want to help everyone. And most important, never contradict your statement. Like if I'm teaching people organic method, I'm not gonna do propaganda about ads, right? So that's why you have to never contradict yourself, and it's very important to understand all of these things. And now the most common mistakes what people do is they overthink a lot about their offer statement. They never launch. They never see what they actually need to do. Your first offer is never going to be perfect. You evolve as you grow into coaching business. Second thing, they get too attached with their offer. Okay, this is only that I want to help. They're not willing to take that feedback that they need. Okay, this is something which I might, actually improve upon. Third thing, choosing a what that you think you need, they need, not what they want. People don't buy what they need. People buy what they want, right? Like this is something offer. I know this is something people need, but this is not something which a lot of people want. Like we had a lot of more people when I was talking about leads because people think that's the main problem. They're facing struggling with leads. And I agree they're facing struggling with leads. But the most foundation is they're struggling with offer. Then comes the part of okay, how do I find the right people? And then comes how do you close people? There's a lot of moving aspects, but this is the first mistake that people do. Mixing up your new way with the problem, with your program that I've already covered. I'll tell you a lot more about that. So that was basically the step number 5 that you need to create. Once you know your niche, once you know the deeper details of how you're going to be, what's the deeper pain points, problems, challenges, goals, desires of your niche. Once you've created something, created into something tangible. Okay, this is the result. If I'm into life coaching, that's the tangible result that I'm getting through this framework of mine. And then I've created something of an offer statement for myself that people can clearly understand what do I do. That's when you have something of a bit of an offer ready for yourself. And then you move on to step number 6, which is all about enhancing your offer. How do you enhance your final offer? So again, I'm not going to go a lot about pricing and all those things because that's the most tricky part. I know that's the most tricky part, but that depends on how you're launching yourself, right? I've talked a lot of things about how you can actually create that. How do you create scarcity? What's the coaching format of it going to be? What's the done for you component going to be for? What's the support? What's the guarantee? What's the what's all of these things? Until and unless you're clear about these things, once if they don't get the perfect dissection of what are they going to be getting, they're not going to be understanding. Okay, what is it that? How am I going to get those results? People struggle the most there. And you have to make understand that the value, the price of your offer is has, the outcome of the offer has to be 5 times the price of your offer. If you're giving them a low result, you cannot charge them very high. And that's what basically uh, the result is. And that's what the mistake most people do. They don't create a step by step framework on how they're going to be helping. They don't dissect the, like, let's say if I'm helping someone in health, okay, what are the 6 steps going to be? What are the pillars going to be like? Okay, in what step I'm going to be helping them with what? If you don't understand that, you're not going to be able to help people in the right way. Like, wait, I'll show you an example of it actually. See, sales happen only when value is greater than sale. Like, okay, let me actually share this with you. See, here people can understand what are they truly going to be, wait, okay. See, if you can, like, if you can dissect someone's business properly in the way that you've been wanted, like, let's say, let's say this is something of a my offer, okay. How do you create a high converting offer creation battle plan? How do you create a high ticket offer? So we today talked about a high creation format, right? Similarly, there's a way to create free ticket framework. Like this is a free ticket workshop. Then how do you create a low ticket framework? So basically, I'm going to be here dissecting all the things that the people who are coming in my industry might need, and that's how you also got to dissect your offer. Okay, there's a lot of way to do a low ticket. It can be free. It can be a challenge, free plus VIP or paid, or it can be a paid challenge. How do I actually tell people, okay, this is the first thing that you got to do? How do you create your free ticket offer? How do you find your dream client? Abhi I've just told you the basics, okay, 4 or 5 points I've told you, okay, pain points, goal desires. But you have to go a lot more deeper. How do you exactly find the pain points? How do you exactly find the goals of your industry? How do you create high converting content? Now, these are all the problems I know what, my people are facing. So if I can give them the exact things that they need, they're facing with content. Okay, how do I actually create content that people want to associate with me? That people look at my profile and say, oh my God, this is what I exactly wanted. Right? How do you write stories? So I told some of these frameworks in the previous workshop as well. How do you book appointments consistently? That's the problem that most people face. Like I have a software, like most people don't do tracking, right? Like I have a software where I can know, okay, this person came to me from this place. This person came to me from this group. This person has attended this thing of mine. This person has seen this video of mine. Until I'm tracking it, I don't know what am I doing, right? And if I can show them, okay, this is the problem that you're facing. If I can tell them in my offer, okay, this is what exactly thing you're getting, then it's a better offer. How do you close high ticket deals? How do you go on a sales call? How do you actually tell about, okay, these are the things that you got to do? How do you tell stories? How do you basically help people to understand what you do? How do you do follow up? How do you do objection handling? How do you sell before you create? All of these are part of offer creation only, right? Because these are the problems that people face. And until and unless I can tell them, okay, these are the problems that you're facing, and if you until and unless you don't solve these problems, you're not going to be able to scale your business. Now, any person is become interested in that. Okay, how do I create a winning workshop? Or how do I create, if I want to create a 3-day challenge, how do I exactly go about creating that? Right? Then how do I use AI? We have not talked about AI because of the time barrier, but like this is how it goes. You have to give them bonuses. Okay, DK, I'll be helping you do conversation tracking. I'll be keeping you accountable. People pay for accountability, not for knowledge. You have to understand this. Knowledge a lot of people might have, but they lack the implementation. They lack the tracking. They lack the accountability. How are you tracking? Are you able to do the progress in your life or not? Then what are the bonuses that you give to people? That's also one of the most important part. How do you track? Okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Like, I give my clients a content matrix, whole content matrix. Okay, these are the actionable, these are the type of posts that you want to write. These are the content pillars for you. This is how you write stories. and help them create a lot of things. You got to give them something that people are going to be able to implement directly. Done for you things. Okay, done for you inbound leads. And you can use the same templates that I have to create something that you want to deliver for your people. Because you don't have a base point to actually think from. How do you do that? Then how do you create a KPIs, goal trackers? How do you, uh, generate inbound leads? How do you keep the track of it? How do you create a high converting sales script? If all of these things, you're basically not telling people in your offer, okay, these are the things that you need. Like, okay, all of these things. Like, I know these are the things that they need. They first of all should know how to create a high converting offer. I know they need accountability, because without accountability, they cannot do it. It's not a knowledge game. Knowledge is available for free everywhere, but it's all about the game of implementation. How do they find the dream client? Because even if the one client is 50,000 rupees, how do you exactly help them to get results? How do we find the tangible result? So that, okay, okay, okay. If someone is coming to me and says to me, okay, Divyanshu, I can help you, 2x your income through any particular framework, I'm going to be happy, more than willing to pay. Most people don't know how to do it. They don't know how to create content in the right way. They don't know how to book calls. They don't know how to get people onto, sales call through Messenger, or to add people to a Messenger group that we had, or how to close high ticket deals. They don't know how to do follow up. How should you follow up? Is all about caring. When we get up in the, like, if we have an exam in the morning, or, our parents keep waking up, that's a sort of follow up, right? But we don't feel offended by that. But people don't have the mindset. Okay, what's the mindset that I need to have about follow up? What is the exact battle plan for me to pre-sell? How do I actually sell without creating? How do I create something that's a winning workshop? Like, like I talked about a lot of things like house rules. Just like take one simple example of that. There's a lot of context that goes into each of those points. And if you don't know, you don't know. And you'll keep struggling. I've paid a lot of amount of money. I've done a lot of public speaking courses. I know I've observed a lot of things in a very deep way. So I can tell you this, right? So how do you create a 5-day challenge? How do you create a 3-day challenge? Basically, I'm telling you this because that's how you basically create your offer. First of all, I've told you, so much things. How do you basically, what's the guarantee? Guarantee is such an important aspect of it. Like, I have done a whole session. There's a whole session on guarantee that happens because it's such an important aspect of it. I'm telling you because, I cannot create a lot of things. How do you do the pricing of it? Very, very most crucial important aspect of your offer creation is your pricing. How do you price your offer? When you're launching in your beta, what's the pricing should be? When you're launching, once you have done it, what's your pricing should be? Most people struggle there. And until and unless you don't know how to do it, you just don't know it, how to do it. And until and unless you have that support, until and unless you have that bonuses, unless you have named your offer, like my offer name is Sales Accelerator Academy. People can understand, okay, what is it that I can get? Okay, Sales Accelerator Academy through basically hyper organic marketing, reverse launch funnel, right? If someone can't understand what you're doing, then it's like basically doing a lot of disservice to people. Like, this is something like, what's your coaching format going to be? Like, do you want to do it one to one? Do you want to do it one to many? Do you want to do it in a group of 2 or 3 people? How do you do it? It's all of these things important, and that's how basically you create an offer for yourself that people are like, okay, oh my god, this makes sense. So step number one is again going to be finding your who and what. That's this is just like I'm not even covered 50% of what actually a high ticket offer creation is all about. But I'm sure you might have gotten a lot of value out of it. Because yeah, guys, first of all, type value in the chat box if you got a lot of value out of it. Understanding just these things because I didn't have a lot of time. I couldn't go. Otherwise, I'd love to give examples, stories, and all those things. So yeah, thank you. Value. I got a lot of understanding. Thank you, Padmala. Thank you, Sukna. I know because that's how basically you help people. Value, Devika setting. Thank you so much. Until and unless you're actually giving them a path, like I give you the whole, understanding of, okay, this is the first step, that's the second step, that's the third step, that's the fourth step, that's the fifth step, that's the sixth step. Until and unless you are able to tell them, okay, that's the way that you're going to be doing, how are you going to be helping them? That's what the most people mistakes do. I think they do mistake in all of these things. First of all, they don't know their niche properly. Okay, who are the people that I'm targeting? If I'm like I'm targeting coaches, that's going to be also a very broad market. Who and what? You got to be very consistent and very conscious about who you're targeting, what you're targeting with. Then perfect client avatar. Okay, like you said, like when I said she's in healing industry. Okay, who is going to be the perfect client for me? What are they going to be the problems, challenges, goals, and desires? How am I going to be helping them? Converting intangible into tangible. How do you convert that something into tangible result that they can visualize? Okay, that's the result that I'm going to get. Then how do you create a new framework that people are like, oh my god, this was the thing that I was actually looking for, and she's going to be helping me with this new way, and I won't have to do the things that I hate. Then is basically crafting your offer through knowing all the above steps. Until and unless you know the above steps, you cannot directly come to the offer creation. That's what most people do. And that's why, step by step, working on anything is very important. People try to skip steps and think that they'll be building a business. It does not happen that way. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of, courage to do that. And building a long-term business takes a lot of structured way. So many people think that I'm going to build my offer like that and sell it. I know many of you might have even struggled doing that for 2, 3 years because that's what people do. They have tried so many things, they have tried to sell the low ticket offers, they have tried to do so many things, but they don't understand the basics. Foundation, उनको अपने numbers ही नहीं पता. If you don't even know your numbers, like low ticket, अगर even if you're doing, uh, ads, there's a lot of things that go into it. People just don't know anything, and then they want to start the business. See, this one aspect, okay, you're good at something. Then the other aspect is making a business out of it. That's a completely different ball game. And until and unless you know that aspect of your business, you're not going to build a scalable and a business that can actually be a full-time thing for you. You might build something, okay, if you're working with a job that's paying you 1 lakh rupees already, then it's okay. If you're doing this as a hobby, then you can treat it lightly. But if you want to do that, then you have to have like these all things. Like I know these are all the problems. And if you can't show that problem to, if you can't tell them, okay, this is the thing that you're going to be getting, then you cannot basically, like even if you're creating something for health, or even if if even say, let's say you approach me, how would you help me? Basically, you want to divide my business, you want to dissect my business into 6 parts, like 5 to 6 parts. Like I dissected this offer creation into 6 parts, right? So basically, you dissect someone else, whatever they're struggling with, whether they're into healing, whether you're a coach, business coach, whether you're a manifestation coach, whatever. Dissect their whole thing into 5, 6, parts. Then add what are the things that they need, and then basically enhance your final offer by creating an offer in such a way that it becomes a no-brainer. My ticket, I feel my offer has been selling like a hot cake right now, like because I know this is what people need. This is where people are struggling, and most people struggle to actually do that. And there's a lot of frameworks that I know I have not covered today because of the time crunch that we had. Like, how do you convert? I told you, okay, intangible into tangible. But there's a whole framework that you got to use to convert that intangible into something tangible. How do you, finding your who and what? There's an exact framework, niche finding framework that you use. So, okay, okay, am I going right or wrong? How do you create breakthrough offer? There's exact frameworks to do that. And that's what I'm going to be talking about, the mistakes coaches make while building their business. First of all, the first mistake that I've not even covered here is they try to record all the, they try to record their course. They try to do, everything that I want to I want to create my perfect course, even before validating the market that do they need it. I've done the mistake, so I know that. And most of you still might be in that mindset. I want to create that perfect course that gives, it gives them so much value and blah, blah, blah. But do you even know that people want it? Have you even created your offer in that way? That, have you considered that step-by-step way that we talked about? Have you actually consciously decided that, okay, this is my who, this is my what, this is what I have to niche down on? Because see, ultimately you're here to build a business only, right? So you gotta build a high ticket only. Do you know that perfect client of yours? How are you expecting to build your course even without knowing this? Without the tangible results that you're gonna give them, you're building a whole course without that, knowing what's the outcome that you want to give to them, without knowing what's your new way, without knowing your offer. That's the first mistake. People get stuck into low ticket. If you want to actually play this game for the long term, you have to start with high ticket. Apple didn't start with low ticket, right? And that's how you build it using low ticket language with high ticket buyers. Like, you will get so many things. You will get 10 videos, 4 emails, blah, 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 96 accountability calls, all type of things you'll get. But what do I don't get? Outcome. And that's the thing that they want. I don't want to learn a lot from you. I want to get the outcome. Right? That's what they're here for. I want to get the outcome, not your so many videos. मैं क्या करूँगा? I have so many courses, I don't even watch the videos of it because I don't have time. And as coaches, it's our duty to help people in a way that actually helps them. It's a moral obligation. They're trusting you with something, you know, that you will get them the results. And if you're doing your job half-hearted, first of all, you got to understand it's a person-to-person business. It's not a technical thing. It's not something you're writing coding or something like that. क्योंकि ठीक है प्रोडक्ट बना के दे दिया एंड वो प्रोडक्ट अपने आप देख लेंगे. That's not how it works. You got to work with people on so many deeper levels. And giving hundreds of things doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense to people. In low ticket, you have to do offer stacking with people. You have to do, give them, okay, this thing you're going to get. You might have seen rupees, this is a 5 lakh rupees offer, but today I'm doing something. So you're going to get today only for 5,000 rupees. You might have seen, like, a lot of people do. That's something that you do in low ticket. But in high ticket, people are looking for outcome. They're looking for the result that they want to achieve in their life. And that's what you got to give them. So that's very important. First of all, using low ticket language, the high ticket offers is the wrong mistake that people do. Second is they don't understand overworking and overworking and undervaluing. They don't set expectations and boundaries with the new people that they associate with. You're promising a life transformation to them, and you're then charging just $200. First of all, that will not make you feel valued, and you won't want to help them at the highest level. And secondly, you'll just be over promising and under delivering. Because 5,000 rupees में आप किसको कितनी help कर पाओगे? 50,000 rupees if you're charging, you'll be able to help them in a very deeper way. And बहुत सारी चीजें होती है एक ऑफर बनाने में. मैंने आपको थोड़ा चीजें मतलब मैंने ट्राई किया जितना मैं आपको समझा सकूं मैं समझाया, बट देयर आर लॉट मोर डीपर डिटेल्स दैट यू हैव टू गो इनटू. जैसे मैंने आपको पूरा अपना ऑफर दिखाया, मैं अपने क्लाइंट्स के साथ पूरा बैठता हूँ उनको वो ऑफर क्रिएट करवाने में. Exactly what goes into it. Once you get it, you'll also be able to help them. Clients become unsatisfied clients just because of the wrong expectations you set while telling them what you do. Make your offer more valuable to your audience. Value is what you deliver, and price is what they pay. Sales happen only when the value is greater than 5 times the price of it. Most people don't understand how does high ticket work. They don't have, first of all, the mindset for high ticket. जो हमने starting में बात करी थी, when I was sharing the context of it, then most people do these mistakes. Most people don't actually try to see, okay, are the problem that they're solving, is it complicated? Is it sophisticated? Are they facing the right problem for a long time? And then they don't do these steps, and then they think they'll be able to do that. Third mistake, they try to play a game of volumes and not margins. High ticket is not about volume. It's all about margin. Even business, it's all about that. I had one person who was working with me. He had done in the last 1 year, he had done just 8 sales of 5,000 rupees. Because even selling a 5,000 rupees product takes a lot of effort from your side. That's true. I don't, it takes a lot of effort. So rather than working on a low ticket game, why not play a game which can actually pay you dividends, which you can actually build a business and which you can actually get people the results as well. Don't play a game where, where, there's no result for you. Like, it's like a lose game. Low ticket is basically a lose game. You're losing yourself, your customer is losing, and your team is losing. Fourth thing, creating a barrier for clients who actually can afford to pay because they have limiting beliefs that I can't sell high ticket offer. People don't buy high ticket offer, or I don't need huge followers. I have close. I don't have a huge following, or like I don't have like a lot of subscribers. Like I have like around 500 something subscribers or something like that only on YouTube and stuff. But I have sold high ticket offers. It's not about subscribers or something like that. It's about the value that you provide to people. It's about the solution, the confidence that you have in yourself, and confidence that you have in your offer, the belief that you have in your offer. There's only two skills are required for high ticket, no matter what you wanna what business you are in. First is how to do, how to create your offer. इसके बारे में I talked about today. And second skill is closing skills. How do you close and how do you go and close people? That's it. These are the two skills. If you can master these two skills, you can master this whole high ticket business thing. But most people don't even take the time to run out. They have fancy dreams. But if they don't take out the time to learn this stuff, to actually do it, because it's not just about learning, also, it's about doing, it's about practicing it. Now, the fifth thing, they make up a who instead of picking a real niche. You know, a lot of people do that, especially non tangible industries. They make up a who like randomly. Okay, I want to help this person who doesn't not even exist, rather than picking a real niche that we talked about. And there's something more also that you got to, people like I've given an example, like burned out dads. What do that mean? Burned out men. How how untangible this is. Like okay, that's very intangible. Again we talked about the four parameters, right? First of all, they should be you know be in a massive pain. Second of all, they should be targetable. Third of all, they should have a paying capacity. Most people also wrongly do that. They target people who are housewives. They don't have money to pay. Right? Again, wrong targeting. If you're not targeting the right people, how will you actually achieve the results that you've been wanting to? And thinking that organic marketing or high ticket marketing is slow. Yes, it is slow. Obviously, people take their time to decide. People quit very early. Why? Because they feel it's gonna happen like this only. It's not gonna happen like this. It's gonna take time. But what do you choose? Get rich slow or get rich never? That's you. That depends on you. Where do you want to be? Do you never want to get rich? Or are you willing to put in that work for 90 days and then see the result for yourself in the coming few years? That's what people do mistakes for. They're not persistent. It's not just even about the consistency. It's about the persistence. Are you being persistent with the things that you want to achieve in life? People set goals, but they fail to achieve it. And, I've myself been in an intangible industry for very long. I've trained 1,200 people in an intangible industry only. And that's why I know what are the pain points. People have fancy dreams. No, it takes real hard work. It takes real sweat to build a business. And people don't have that patience. People don't have that courage to build something which actually is going to give them the result for the long time. Sixth mistake that they do is that they change the price of their offer by seeing what others are charging. They see, okay, this person is charging, $200. So why will people pay me $2,000? Or they if they see someone who's a coach who's higher, who's charging maybe $10,000 for the same thing, then they see, okay, I can charge $10,000 also. Both of them are mistake. You have to start where you think you're worth at, and it's different for different person at different point of time also. And that's why you need someone who can actually tell you. All of these things have come to me through observation. These are not some just randomly I've taken somewhere and presenting it to you. These have all come from observation and thinking about things. All these 6 steps that I talked about. Because I've worked with so many people, I understand what does it take to actually create that offer. These 6 steps, right? How do you create an offer statement? Okay, this is something, you got to observe what people are doing in the market. The most important skill as a coach you have to develop in yourself is observation. And that for that you have to have a frame of, okay, what do I got to observe in people? And that's where people, struggle the most at, because they're not able to understand what to basically create and how do you create an offer for offer about. Seventh mistake that people do is that they keep changing their offer or their niche very frequently. They go on 2 to 3 sales calls. They feel that, okay, my God, this offer is not converting. I'm going to change my niche. That's a very big mistake that people do. You need to get at least in 15 to 20 sales call to understand, okay, why people are saying no. Maybe, my offer is not good, or maybe, my closing skills are not good. You have to identify, like whenever I do sales call, what do I do? I told about observation, right? I told you about the messenger tracking. How do you do? I have a software which tells me, okay, this person came from me, from this place. This person, I've talked to this much. This person has done this thing. I have a proper tracking system to do. Right? First of all, you don't have it, you struggle with it. Sorry, so sorry. Second of all, if I'm doing any sales call and I record everything, I see, okay, this is the mistake that I did. This is the question which I shouldn't have asked. This is the place where I should have gone. And if you're not tracking all of these things, how can you actually think of building a business that will pay you $10,000 a month? $10,000 is a lot of amount of money. And if you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to treat you back like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to treat you back like a business. That's what people are doing so many mistakes. And always remember that your offers are going to evolve, your coaching is going to evolve. But you have to be consistent. You have to stay persistent. Things are going to go up, things are going to go down. That's going to happen. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. But you got to be persistent. You got to be, understanding, okay, these are the mistakes that you got to overcome. So if you understood the mistakes that you might be doing, right here in the chat box so that you're clear, and we can move ahead and go ahead in the call. Are you clear with this? Right here in the chat box? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much. And now I'm just going to be covering the maths for how you can actually create something for yourself. First of all, I'm going to show you the maths for low ticket, and I'm going to show you the maths for high ticket as well. So why do you got to be, again, let's say your ticket price is $200. To hit $10,000, you're going to be needing 50 clients. And for 50 clients, to get that 50 clients, you'll need 200 appointments each month. Getting 200 appointments each month is a very difficult task. It's in fact, until and unless, organically, it's almost sort of impossible. Even with paid ads, it's a very difficult task, even for you to handle that. Even to handle your clients, you'll need 200 appointments. But with high ticket, let's say you're charging, you have a converting offer worth $2,000. You just need 5 clients to hit that $10,000 mark. And to just get 5 clients, you just need 15 appointments. And 15 appointments is not very hard to hit if you put in consistent effort for even just 6 months. You can easily start achieving that goal of $10,000 per month. That's the whole match, and that's the whole mindset that you gotta have. Don't be staying in the wrong market, facing the wrong pricing. That just makes you at a place that you're vulnerable. Your business is always vulnerable then when you're playing in that low ticket market. So guys, that was basically it for today. I don't wanna, because I think I shot a bit over time. But if you guys got a lot of value out of this, please type value in the chat box, and also let me know how did you find the session in the messenger group. I would love to hear your reviews about how did you find, like, if you have time to. Thank you, lots of value. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm glad this was the whole intention for you guys so that I can add the most amount of value to you guys. And yeah, guys, please do give me so much value at resetting. Thank you so much. Exactly, that was the whole intention. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Or and but please before you leave, just I would love to hear what did you guys like about it. If anything, anyone wants to say about how was the workshop about, or please send me a video at least in the messenger group. I'd love to hear feedback. That's what I did this for. This is all the most this is very good premium content that I try to give to you. And I hope you guys, this is all through my observation that I've built. And I hope it's going to help you a lot in the future. And yeah, guys, just give me, let me know how did you find it in the, thank you so much. I'll get back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gayatri. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions now, I'll be open to take your questions. If anyone has a question, they can raise their hand, and if they need a specific thing with your offer or something, I can help you with. I'll be happy to help. Okay, Gayatri has a query. Wait, I've asked you to unmute.
Hi.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Gayatri.
I just want to ask you why the entire picture was in dollars.
Okay. Okay. So there's a very good psychological reason behind it. Rather than saying price in rupees or something like that, what happens is, uh, let's say if I'm saying 40,000 rupees, it looks like, oh my god, 40,000 rupees or 80,000 rupees. But if I say something like, okay, this is $500, it makes it psychologically easier for people to make sense. And it's like not that much. So that's why I've consciously done that decision, and that's what I would also recommend all of you guys to do it.
But for coaching, like I am into health coach, so my target audience are mostly from India only. So how can I expect in dollars? How can I expect my audience to out of India? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, dollar is a universal currency. It's not, people understand what do we mean by dollar. They know the conversion rate also. What's the dollar conversion rate? It's about 80 rupees, right? So the thing that happens when we say the price in dollars is they don't feel overwhelmed. Like I would have said $500. It would have You would have at least thought about it. Okay, $500 is thinkable. If I would have directly told you, okay, price is 40,000 rupees, you would have directly backed off. You wouldn't have even inquired. Okay, you have to do mentally some calculation. If I say the price in dollars, you do some mental calculation. Okay, $500 means 500 into 80, that is 40,000 rupees. It makes a bit easier for you to visualize and that thing. And you can actually say to Indian clients as well, people in India also understand what dollar is. And it's psychologically more easier for people to grab, and especially when you're working at a higher ticket price, it's important that you do that. And that's what I even recommend all of my clients, and that's what even I would recommend you to all of you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Anyone else? Okay, Padmalya. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Padmalya. First of all,
So,
how was the session for you?
for me, it is really eye-opening for a lot of things. But I'm a little non-techie person, so it was little faster for me.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed more if it would have gone little slower. It's okay. I can understand because it is my also I'm struggling, or it is my kind of serving that normally my sessions go longer because I keep on helping people. So it's okay to I can understand the time constraint. My means question is, I'm a healer. It's not just a healer, it's a soul healer. So people comes to me with complex situation like life issues, maybe some medical issues. Like I can give you a issue like a person suffering during the second wave of COVID, she was under ventilation. The doctor told that her pulse rate is going down because she was a cancer patient and like that. And I did the healing for her. And second, I will give you an example, though the person's father died yesterday morning, but it was like 2 years back. His father was going through a lot of hell, and the doctor was telling them that he's getting schizophrenic, so he requests a shock treatment. As you know shock treatment, okay, electrical shock treatment. But he came and it was like external energy was with the person, and later on they found, and he survived 2 years without any psychological that kind of condition. Okay, so people come with complex situations. Sometimes people come for relationships. So how to means target audience or my dream clients, or who for whom I am offering, it's always a question mark for me if you'll ask. So how can I zero down there?
Yeah. See, this is something of a question which I know this is basically trying to ask you, Nishan. I understand this is a bit question which actually takes a lot of it takes some bit of asking me. But I'll tell you like one thing that you can actually see. What I did for myself actually, what I did. Firstly, I tried to work with as many people in the industry that I can. I tried working with different kinds of like affiliate marketers, e-com, real estate, all those markets. Then I understood, okay, this is the people. This is like then I figured out, okay, this is the kind of people that I work the best with. Then I just honed down on that, zeroed down on that thing only, and now I help just that particular people only. Like now I don't help service providers or something like that, right? I help only coaches with. So initially, when you're starting out, you might have to get different clients from somewhere, and you might have already worked with a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I have 100+ clients I have already, but the complex situation, so I don't have any testimonial. So because like if I'll share, somebody came to me that her father-in-law and brother-in-law was constantly raping her for money things. Okay, even after and a lot of complex situation in her space. Space means in her life. Okay, so even after she got healed, she is now perfect, living a happy life. But if I will approach, even they said, I can't share all these things with him. I can't give you any testimony. So this is my second thing, because whatever case study I'm giving you, I'm not naming, but these people never like to share their pain to the world. So there I'm facing the second
See, that's what I'm trying to tell. Like, let's say, let's say I'm just giving you an example, right? This is and I understand people, people are you like needed so that you can help these people. And what I genuinely I feel from the deepest core of my heart, you should keep helping these people whenever you get them, definitely. But your main business should be of more of helping people who can get the tangible, like let's say you're in healing only, right? If you can create your offer with someone, like let's say you are targeting me, let's say that's a very unrelated thing. Because first of all, I won't say you don't quit this because that's something that's even close to my heart. Don't ever quit this part. Keep doing this part. Because this is the service that you do to people. Don't ever, I would say never stop this part. But your main business, let's say, you're helping coaches like me. Let's say you are helping coaches like me to heal through trauma. So, or like you can craft a better offer statement, obviously, if you can think together, to actually, that'll help me to become more or let's say confidence is a more overused word, or let me think of a good word, to become more emotionally entangled in life so that I can 2x my income. Let's say something like this. That
okay.
becomes something, I can relate to. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you gave a yeah. So yeah, for that I have to sit down and zero down. Okay,
Yeah.
your answer is really, because mostly it is broken heart. People are coming with a broken heart.
Yeah.
With
Keep
a lot of,
doing that. I would never say to stop that. That's the part that you do service to people, right? That's the part that
yeah,
I never stop. Because like I also still have some people who I help them in like an unrelated industry, but my main work is this, right? So you can have your main business and still you can have something where you feel okay, this person needs me. You should never say no to that person, right? So I would never say no to a person who needs me, even on that side, even if that's going to take money from my side, to do that. I'm not going to say no to them. But yeah, my main business, where the money, where I earn, it's going to be a bit different.
okay. Thank you, Divyanshu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was great having all of you guys here. Yeah, anyone has any more questions? Okay, cool, guys. Cool, guys. Send me a video testimonial or send me a written testimonial in the message group. How did you find that? I just would love to know from you guys. How did you find that? And I'm so happy to see all of you guys here. And you were here till 10 o'clock almost. That was the whole, and I know I went a bit fast because I wanted to cover a lot of things and I want to end it before 10. And I was not sure that if I'll be able to end it before 10. I really wanted to end it before 10, so that's why I went a lot more faster, especially the offer step-by-step method. I know I went really fast. I know I've not even covered 50%, but I hope we still got a lot of value. Mera gala thoda sa, it's starting to now falter a bit, but thank you so much, guys. It's like, you are helping me forward my mission, my vision. My mission and vision is to help people, and especially with people like you, like Padmala, like healers and people like you. I think it's my blessing because you help people who are more doing good. So it's my blessing to serve people like you, and thank you so much, guys. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. Now we're in the meeting, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, and be active in the group as well. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be posting whenever the future trainings I'm gonna do. You can be there as well. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Namaskar.